Have you ever wondered why your to-do list seems to grow longer while the day slips away unused? Picture a shadowy figure, a thief prowling in the silence, stealthily stealing away precious moments, hours, and even days. This thief is not after your gold or your jewels, but something far more valuable, something irreplaceable, your time. This thief goes by many names, but the most common one is procrastination. It's a familiar adversary to most of us, silently robbing us of our productivity, our efficiency, and our sense of accomplishment. It's an insidious foe that creeps into our lives, often unnoticed until the damage is done. We all fall prey to it, from the most diligent student to the most dedicated professional. And yet, the fight is not lost. In the silent battle against this thief, there are ways to guard our time, to reclaim our stolen hours. We've all been victims of this silent thief, but what if we told you there's a way to take back control? Before we can conquer procrastination, we need to understand it. Procrastination, like a silent thief, sneaks in when you're feeling uncertain, overwhelmed, or simply uninspired. In order to unmask this thief, we need to dive into the labyrinth of our own psyche. Procrastination is often misunderstood as mere laziness, but it's far deeper and more complex than that. It's a psychological phenomenon, a dance between our present self and our future self. The present self, seeking instant gratification, often overpowers the future self, which is concerned with long-term goals and rewards. One of the main culprits behind procrastination is the fear of failure. We often delay tasks because we're afraid of not meeting expectations, of falling short of our own or others' standards. This fear can be paralyzing, causing us to avoid tasks altogether rather than risk failure. Perfectionism too plays a significant role in procrastination. It's the voice in our head that whispers, if you can't do it perfectly, why do it at all? This all-or-nothing mindset can lead to endless delays as we wait for the perfect moment or the perfect idea, which, as we all know, rarely comes. Lack of motivation is another factor that contributes to procrastination. When a task seems dull or meaningless, it's easy to put it off in favor of more enjoyable activities. This is where the importance of intrinsic motivation comes into play. When we find a task truly meaningful and rewarding, we're more likely to tackle it head-on, regardless of its difficulty. Understanding these psychological factors is the first step towards overcoming procrastination. It's about acknowledging our fears, challenging our perfectionist tendencies, and finding genuine motivation in our tasks. So, procrastination isn't just laziness, it's a complex web of mental roadblocks. It's a battle within ourselves, a struggle between our comfort zone and our aspirations. But remember, understanding your enemy is the first step towards victory. So let's march forward and conquer this thief of time. What if I told you even the great philosopher Seneca from ancient Rome had something to say about procrastination? Yes, this wise Stoic who lived over 2,000 years ago understood the perils of postponing tasks better than most of us do today. Seneca was not just a philosopher but also a statesman and a dramatist, and he viewed time as life's most precious resource. He once wrote, "It's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Seneca believed that procrastination is more than just a pesky habit. It's a way of squandering this invaluable resource. Every moment that slips away while we delay, dilly-dally, or simply do nothing is a moment of life that we'll never get back. In his writings, Seneca urges us to seize the day, to live in the present moment. He warns us against waiting for the right time or the perfect moment to do something. According to him, the right time is always now. The perfect moment is the present one. Seneca's perspective on procrastination is not a lecture on productivity, but a reminder on mortality. He encourages us to remember that our time on earth is limited. We don't know how long we have, so it's important that we don't waste it. Every moment spent procrastinating is a moment lost, a slice of life that we can't reclaim. So how does this ancient wisdom apply to our modern lives? Well, every time we procrastinate, we're not just delaying a task. We're delaying our lives. We're letting precious moments slip through our fingers like grains of sand. Seneca's philosophy teaches us that overcoming procrastination isn't just about getting more done. It's about living more fully. It's about embracing the present moment and making the most out of every second we have. So next time you're tempted to put off until tomorrow what could be done today, remember Seneca's words. Remember that time is life's most valuable resource, and that each moment is a gift to be cherished, not wasted. As Seneca put it, today is the only possession we truly own. It's time we started treating it that way. Now that we've understood procrastination, how can we break free from it? Breaking free from procrastination is not as daunting as it may seem. It's like climbing a mountain. The sight of the peak from the base can be overwhelming, but if we break it down into smaller, manageable steps, it doesn't seem so impossible after all. Imagine your task as a mountain. Instead of focusing on the peak, focus on the first few steps. Break your task into smaller, more manageable parts. This way, the task won't appear as intimidating and you'll find it easier to make a start. Next, set realistic goals. It's important to be honest with ourselves about what we can achieve in a given time frame. Setting unrealistic goals can lead to disappointment and increased procrastination. So ask yourself, what can I realistically achieve today? Now let's talk about motivation. A good way to maintain motivation is to reward yourself upon completion of tasks. This could be anything from taking a short break to indulging in your favorite snack or even taking a walk in the park. Remember, it's the small victories that keep us going. The power of starting cannot be overstated. Often the hardest part of any task is taking the first step. Once you take that step, momentum builds and the rest of the task becomes easier. So don't wait for the perfect time, because there will never be a perfect time. Start now, no matter how small the first step may seem. Procrastination is a habit, and like any habit, it can be changed. It requires effort, patience, and consistency, but the reward is a more productive, less stressful life. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Don't let procrastination hold you back. Embrace the challenge, take that first step, and watch as you break free from the chains of procrastination. Because in the end, it's not just about completing tasks, it's about reclaiming your time, your life, and your potential. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Don't let procrastination hold you back. So what have we learned today? Procrastination, that silent thief, lurks in our daily lives. We've delved into its nature and understood its insidious grip. We've journeyed through the wise words of philosophers, gaining new perspectives on this age-old struggle. And importantly, we've explored practical solutions, breaking free from its chains. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Time is precious, don't let procrastination steal it. Start now, start small, and reclaim your day, reclaim your life. Thanks for joining us in today's episode. Let's keep the conversation going. And let us know in the comments what you've been doing to stay motivated and prevent procrastination. We'd love to know. Take care now.